Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video, and for this one it is Rimrunner, which was released by Palace Software, they who brought us Barbarian, in 1988. This was a game that caught quite a lot of attention when it was being advertised prior to release. The main sprite in particular catching a lot of people's eyes, and a lot of people had quite high hopes for this. Well, let's get the game underway. I don't know why it needs to have this like countdown here, but nevertheless we do. We get the animation of the insectoid with his pump action shotgun. Don't know why, because in the game he's actually armed with a machine gun. Well, a sort of laser machine gun. So anyway, as you can clearly see, you are this insectoid creature, and you spend a great deal of time riding on the back of your runner here, this two-legged alien, which bears more than a slight resemblance to the Tauntauns from The Empire Strikes Back. And the idea is that you need to defend these 5 generators on the surface here. You see they are marked on the scanner above the main playing area. When they turn red, they've been damaged and you need to repair them. So there's a damaged one. Get off here, repair that. You can still fire on that when you are when you have dismounted from the runner. Now, in order to get through the level, you have to survive until the time runs out. You can see the countdown there on the left hand side. And as you are hit by either shots or other stuff that's crashing down the surface, you lose energy. You lose 5 energy each time you are hit. Another one is under attack, so I've got to head over to that flashing one. It will eventually turn red. Once it's red, I have to then repair it. This one's being attacked as well. This one isn't red yet, so I'll go on to the damaged one. I've got to repair that. So yeah, if you take a hit, it knocks you off the runner, so you do have to remount. If you're not on the back of the runner, then the screen won't scroll, so you have to be on the back of the runner to actually get around. So there's still one that's being threatened, so let's go and check that out. It's now been damaged. I've got to get there pretty quick because my time is very, very low, but I'm not going to get there in time. No, time is up. So because of that, as you can see, generators 4, there are 5 generators, but as you can also see there, replay level. If all 5 generators are, you know, intact, then you progress to level 2, and so on. If just one of them is red, you have to do the entire level from scratch. Everything gets reset, whether it is, you know, the time, your energy, and your score. It's as if that go you just had never happened. You may also have noticed that the game doesn't actually consist of a great deal. What I've shown you so far in this video is the whole thing. You basically run across the surface, shooting at all of these rather generic alien sprites here. Repair the generators here, and hope to fuck that they are all going to be okay when the time runs out, which I'll tell you now, hardly ever happens. Yeah, my runner there has taken too many hits, so yeah, we'll call on another one. Yeah. Now I think you have, I think it is just the one life you have, so when your energy reaches 0 it is game over. I also think there is a limited number of runners available to you per level, but don't quote me on that. It's been a long time since I last played this. So although the when the game was being advertised, it caught a lot of attention. The graphic on, you know, the runner and your insectoid creature who's riding it are quite impressive. And when the game is running, the animation on the runner is also quite impressive. So to a degree is the animation on the insectoid, but his whole, you know, scratching his head every time he hits does start to get fucking annoying. But I mean, okay, yes, it is graphically impressive and the presentation is good, but that's all there really is. The game itself is extremely bland and fucking irritating when, as is about to happen again now, I have just one generator that is down, which means I've got to replay the level again. And this carries on and on and on. It does not stop until you have either lost all of your energy or you somehow manage to complete the level with all 5 generators intact. Frankly, I can't see how you can do it, because for one, the attacks seem to be timed in such a way that it is extremely fucking difficult to have all 5 generators repaired, because as your time gets into double figures and you finish repairing one, you can bet your life that then another one will be damaged and turn red. And because each of the generators are so far away from each other, and although I say the animation on the runner is pretty good, it does seem to take fucking ages to reach the next generator. So you are spending a hell of a long time just sitting on the back of this thing and just blasting these completely generic nothings over and over again. So, well, let's get the review underway then, shall we? So, graphics. I mean, the game is presented well, and yes, the graphics on the Insectoid and the Runner are both great, as is the animation on the Runner. But they've clearly concentrated on both of these things above everything else, because the other sprites are, say, generic, nothing memorable about them at all. And I mean, okay, the backgrounds look okay, and the parallax scrolling is done well. So, but I mean, it is all presentation, all looks, and nothing else. You know, how the Runner looks and moves has taken precedence over everything else in the game. If you want further examples of that happening, look at, well, 90% of the games released over the past 15 years. So you see, again, my time is almost running out, but I've got this one here which I've got to get to, but my Runner is moving very, very slowly, and I can't fucking repair it in time, or can I? No! So I was just repairing the last one, but no, and look, replay level again. So you are just playing this same level over and over again, and the tedium is unbearable. And as you can see, the score is pretty much reset. So yes, your timer is reset, your energy is reset, your score is reset. It's as if your last go, or in the case of this video now, my last two goes, never happened. Except of course, you're now getting so bored with the fucking game, because it's just the same thing throughout, that you are now so fucking fed up with playing it. Whereas the first time you tried, you did at least have a degree of enthusiasm. Not a huge degree of it, but there was some. So then we have audio. The whistle sound he makes when he's calling for the next runner sounds pretty good. The rest of the sound effects range from forgettable to fucking irritating. Of course, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that the extremely irritating sound effect is the sound of your weapon fire, which is just yeah, it becomes unbelievably annoying. So despite looking good, the game is, well, utterly forgettable. It has what I call Transformers syndrome. I am convinced that the first Michael Bay Transformers film only exists because someone in Hollywood saw that old Citroen advert where the car turns into a robot and starts dancing. They saw that advert and said, right, we have got to make, get that special effect put into a film. So they didn't give a shit about how fucking shitty the actual film was. And let's face it, the Transformers, the Michael Bay Transformers films really are shit. Just so long as they got that special effect in there. And it's the same, I think, with this. The animation and the graphics on the Runner, I think somebody had obviously put this together, and people were thinking, that looks great, we've got to get that into a game. But then they focused so much on that the actual content of said game became a completely secondary objective. Now you see, again, I'm the timer is almost up, but there is now one that just turned red. There's no way I can get there. So what is it going to do? Generators 4, which means replay level again. You know what? Fuck off. Forcing you to replay the same level over and over and over again right from the beginning is taking the piss, and it really is. Well, one of the final insults. The final real insult was the fact that this was a full price game, $9.99, when there is actually less gameplay here than there was in budget games of this time. Like I say, this is 1988. The Commodore 64 was, well, it was a well-established, decent gaming computer at the time, and of course the Atari ST and the Amigas were starting to emerge around this time, so games needed to be good. And I don't just mean look good, they had to play good as well. While yes, this has the looks, if I was judging this on graphics, I'd give it 9 out of 10, because say the graphics look fine apart from the sort of rather generic and bland aliens, but I mean, you can't deny that the runner and the insectoid look great, and the animation on them look great, and the parallax scrolling looks great, and the backgrounds are pretty good, and the way that the death scene is done for the runner, again, quite well done. So yeah, in terms of graphics, it's fantastic, but that is all it is. There's nothing else here. The game itself is unbelievably bland, and I think if you're one of those people who were taken in by the hype back in the day, and there were plenty of them, but thankfully I was not one of them, I think you must have been fucking pissed off when you bought this and this was what you got. So what do I score it? It doesn't get a lot, that's for sure. Alright, so I've now got my energy is still at 65. I'm not even close to losing a life on these first level, because it's extremely easy, but because of the way the level's designed, trying to actually get through it, because you've got to have the generators all repaired, is just fucking atrocious. So now I've got to get back here fucking sharpish. It'll turn red, and I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if the runner moved faster through the area, or the fucking generators weren't so fucking far away. But they all, it's just all so badly done. Come on, surely I'll get through it now. Ah, lost! Level fucking 2. I bet you this level is just as fucking bad as the last one. It's probably there's probably like no difference. There's some new sprites, but other than that, it's the same fucking thing. So, oh great. Well, I got the level 2, and after all that, it just was not fucking worth it. What was... okay. Yeah, it was just more of the same. How thrilling. So I score the game 2 out of 10. One of those points for the animation, one of them for the graphics. That's it. It gets absolutely fuck all for the audio, that's for sure, and fuck all for the gameplay. it's just so forgettable. I'm not even sure why I'm continuing to actually try and play it. I mean, I'm actually playing the game here, and that fucking sound effect of the firing is really getting on my tits, so I dread to think, well, it must be like to fucking watch it. Jesus fucking Christ. So, well, my runner can only take up 2 more hits, and then he's down. It does look like, yeah, there are only 4 runners available. Yeah, around the score you'll see those, well, there's only 2 green squares now of the 3 or the 4 that were there. So that's saying how many runners I have available to me. And then the yellow dotted bar just above my score is the health of the particular runner. Oh, I couldn't repair that one. Well, next one is way over here. But this is where it gets fucking annoying with how far away each of the generators are. Because, well, I don't think there's any chance of me getting to, well, no, I certainly can't get through this level now. There are 2 of them damaged, and I'm nowhere near either of them. And the timer only has about 300 or something to go. Which means that it will be nice enough to let me do the whole fucking level again. So I don't know how many times I've been going through levels now, but I mean, this is the closest I've got to ever losing a life. I still have half my energy left. There you go, so time's up. So generators 4, replay level. Fuck off, that's it. That part of the game design, that's the worst part by a fucking mile. That is just taking the piss. So that is Rimrunner, 2 out of 10. Looks great, but well, it turns out you really can polish a turd, because this is a fucking heap of shit. So that brings this review to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.